Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something called acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT for short. It's a really powerful framework for dealing with something we all face, that constant internal battle with our own thoughts and feelings. It's got a simple name, but believe me, its impact is profound.
So let me ask you this. Do you ever feel like you're just at war with your own mind? You know, where you're trying to push away anxiety, or argue with that voice of self-doubt, or just numb out painful feelings? It is absolutely exhausting, right? And it almost always feels like a fight you just can't win.
And that's because, and here's the kicker that ACT gets right into, it is an unwinnable battle. The more you try to clamp down and control these difficult thoughts and feelings, the stronger they seem to get. It's this incredibly frustrating cycle.
The best way to think about it is like being stuck in quicksand. What's your first instinct? To struggle, right? To fight and claw your way out. But with quicksand, that's the worst possible thing you can do. It just pulls you down deeper and faster. Well, it's the exact same thing with our inner worlds. Fighting your anxiety just creates more anxiety about being anxious. So, if fighting is a dead end, then what are you supposed to do? This is where ACT comes in, with a totally different game plan. Instead of trying to win this inner war, it actually teaches us how to stop fighting in the first place. ACT, and you say it just like the word act, is a modern therapy that's backed by a ton of science. Its main goal is to increase what's called psychological flexibility, which is really just a fancy way of saying it helps you hold your thoughts and feelings a bit more lightly so they don't run the show. This frees you up to take action and move toward the things in life that actually matter to you.
And this right here, this is a huge shift. A lot of therapy is focused on reducing your symptoms, making you feel better. But ACT's goal is different. It's about helping you build a rich, full, and meaningful life even when some of that pain and discomfort is still hanging around. The focus isn't just on feeling good, it's on living well.
You can really see how different ACT is when you compare it to other therapies like CBT. With cognitive behavioral therapy, a big part of it is learning to challenge your distorted thoughts, to argue with them. But with ACT, you don't argue. The strategy is to change your relationship with the thought. You learn to accept it's there and then diffuse from it. And we're going to get into exactly what that means.
So this whole approach is built on what are called the 6 core pillars. These all work together to build up that psychological flexibility we were talking about. Honestly, just think of them as a toolkit for navigating your own mind a whole lot better.
So pillar number 1 is acceptance. Now, this does not mean giving up or being passive. It's an active, conscious choice to just drop the rope in that tug of war with your emotions. You're just making room for them. You're allowing them to be there without needing them to go away.
Think about it. A wave of anxiety hits. What's the typical response? We grab our phone, we scroll, we turn on the TV, we do anything to distract ourselves. The ACT approach would be to just let it be. To gently say, okay, anxiety is here, notice where you feel it in your body, and just watch it, without judging it, like you'd watch a passing storm. All right, pillar number 2 is cognitive diffusion, and this is a real game changer. This is all about learning to step back from your thoughts and see them for what they really are. Just a stream of words, pictures, and sounds passing through your head. They aren't orders, and they aren't necessarily facts. Here's how it works. It's such a subtle shift, but it is so powerful. So instead of getting totally wrapped up in the thought, I'm a failure, you create a little distance. You reframe it as, I'm having the thought that I'm a failure. See the difference? That little bit of space is everything. It takes the power out of the thought and gives you some breathing room. So those first 2 pillars work hand in hand with 4 others. We've got being present, which is all about mindfulness and connecting to the here and now. There's self as context, this idea that you are the sky and your thoughts and feelings are just the weather passing through. Then there's values, which is about getting really clear on what kind of person you want to be. And finally, committed action, which is just what it sounds like, taking actual steps that move you closer to those values.
Okay, I know that can sound like a lot of abstract theory, but ACT is super practical. So let's walk through a really simple exercise that kind of brings a few of these pillars to life.
This is called the leaves on a stream exercise, and you can even try it right now.
Just close your eyes for a second and imagine you're sitting by a beautiful, slow-moving stream. And as thoughts pop into your head, any thought, good, bad, silly, whatever, just gently place each one on a leaf and watch it float on by. You're not trying to push them away or stop them. You're just noticing them and letting them go. It's an amazing way to practice acceptance and diffusion. And you know, stuff like this isn't just a nice idea. It's part of a framework that is backed by a whole lot of science. I mean, we're talking about over 300 randomized controlled trials that show how effective ACT is for a massive range of issues, everything from anxiety and depression to even chronic pain. Because at the end of the day, all of these pillars, acceptance, being present, diffusion, they all serve one big purpose: to free you up so you can live a life that is truly, deeply guided by your own values.
And when people start to live that way, the benefits are just huge. They don't just see a reduction in anxiety or depression. They report a real, genuine increase in how engaged they are with their own lives. They build better relationships. They become more resilient. I mean, their overall quality of life just gets better.
So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. ACT doesn't promise you a life without pain. That's impossible. What it offers is something way more valuable. It offers you the freedom to stop struggling with your own mind so you can start pouring all that energy into building a meaningful life, even when pain is part of the picture. So I'll leave you with a final question to think about. Get clear on what really matters to you, deep down. And then ask yourself this: what would you do? What choices would you make? What kind of life would you create if fear and self-doubt weren't in the driver's seat?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.